A very warm welcome. Central Coast Mariners with home advantage. AFC Champions League Elite, their second match. The Central Coast Stadium, Gosford, the venue, and Buriram United, the Thai League One champions, provide the opposition. So Mariners back on familiar territory. Can they make that count? AFC Cup winners 23-20-24, and their manager Mark Jackson has enjoyed considerable success in his short time in charge. As for Buriram, well, a goalless draw with the Japanese club Vissel Kobe in their AFC Champions League opener. It is the first time these clubs have met in competition. Buriram did play Australian opposition in last year's AFC Champions League before the tournament was revamped this time round. They met Melbourne City. The A-League season starts later this month, so the advantage, one would think, would be with the current Thai League One champions with their domestic campaign already underway. Both coaches are changing their teams from their last competitive outing, and the right of the picture, the yellow and blue, the familiar strip of the Mariners. So 24 teams in this AFC Champions League, split in the two leagues, East and West. 8 opponents from their league, 4 at home and 4 away. Top 8 from each league advance to the round of 16. So this new look format with less teams involved, as mentioned, divided into the East and West regions. Our focus very much on the Mariners, and Buriram United with such domestic success and experience, of course, in previous AFC Champions League matches. Thai League 1 season starting in August, unbeaten, 6 wins and a draw, 25 goals scored, 2 conceded. The Mariners talking about the quality of opposition that they will be facing this season. So a first ever meeting then between Central Coast Mariners and Buriram United is minutes away. The hosts beaten by Shandong Taishan in their AFC Champions League Elite opener, 3-1. Buriram that one draw against Vissel Kobe. Creditable performance. Can they improve on that in this second match of this competition? Take a look at the side that Mark Jackson has gone with. 7 survivors from their opener: Income, Bailey, Brandon, Nathan Paul, Storm Rue and Christian Theo Harris. It's the starting 11. And the substitutes. Jackson enjoying real success. 2 captains, referee sent a picture from Malaysia, Muhammad Nazruddin. Video match officials. For the visitors, Income, Kim Min Hyok, Guran Kausic and Jefferson Tabinas from the side that drew with Vissel Kobe first time out. The list of substitutes for their coach, the Brazilian Osmalos Vieira. Lovely setting. Has been in Australia for 3 days now. Time for them to prepare for the challenge ahead. Certainly fitness levels with their domestic league already underway. The A-League in Australia still to start. Buriram to start this first half in the blue strip, the yellow of the host Central Coast Mariners. Last season, Buriram claimed their third consecutive Thai League One title. They were 8 points clear of Bangkok United. Coming into this side, just 19 years of age, to the Mariners' fresh options going forward. Ali Kwal, focal point of their strike force. There he is, number 9. Second spell with the Central Coast Mariners. There's McCalmont. Stormroo's ball. Well, what a start Mark Jackson has had, moving from England and carrying on where his predecessor left off. Trouble, a new campaign, a league campaign starts. Here's Kaltak, the captain, right, Kaltak. Harris on his return to the first team. Space on this near side for Christian Theoharis. It's Brantman. And again, hey, go around, open up! Go around, open! Stormroo. The AFC Cup, of course, the Mariners and regular appearances in this AFC Champions League. Now the AFC Champions League Elite, of course. Certainly the Brazilian for Buriram United is furthest forward, but they have defensive work to do. The effort wide. One it was, got hold of it. Ali Kwal unable to find the target from distance, got the curl on it. Just couldn't find back of that Buriram net, but Kwal, the obvious threat for the Mariners in the final third, but as good part of that back line for Buriram, recruited from Melbourne City. So a new start this year, knows all about Australian League opponents. This is Kaltak. Paul has come into the defence. Jackson making changes in preparation for their second game of this season in this competition. You're there for an experienced goalkeeper. Buriram, the 7 out of 10 times winners of the Thai League 1 title. That is how good they've been, runners-up twice in the last 10 seasons. It just shows you how they have dominated the domestic fronts. And they've also won that treble of the Thai League FA Cup and League Cup on a number of occasions. The dominant force looking for success here. Cage, Vieira was in charge of Persepolis, took over in June, so had a spell with Corinthians. God is good, wears 6. There he is again, the defender. Teraton is the captain there. 44 years of age, Teraton. Jackson, the Mariners coach, talked about avoidable mistakes in their opening game. Tabinas is a player that has been brought into this side by Oscar Los Vieira. Kaltak across, Brian Kaltak, the captain. It opts to go square, and a little chance on that far side to deliver a ball. Kaltak's defensive header out, still a little bit of danger to deal with. Pavlicic can get it away. 22-year-old first choice keeper. This is aforementioned Tabinas. Gordon Kausic, another that's come into this Buriram side, the Serbian. Certainly for the visitors, room for improvement based on their performance in last season's AFC Champions League, where they finished bottom of their group. Switching goal for the Thai League 1 champions just provides so much experience. With another who came from the UK. Slips away from McCalmont, picked up by Teraton, who is again the 34-year-old captain, Teraton Bunmathan. Mariners went out of the group stage in 2009 and 2012, a round of 16 appearance in 2013, the group stage 12 months later, and then in 2015 it's all about the qualifying playoff round. Good work from McCalmont to set Paul away. Paul Harris is there offering his services, and again this is tackle, advantage Mariners.
One right, one more right. One more right, right, one more.
Kick off the chin, it comes to nothing. Mikel Doka was the player who delivered that ball into the mix. Attacks ball, and it was cut as good for Buriram United. And pulls away on that far side. Taking us on this near touchline. Sort of in that central midfield area. See much of Superchecheted and whistling so far. The front two for the visitors, unable to put Pavlicic in the home goal under any pressure at all. Stormroot goes down the line, retrieved by Buriram, and then Tiratun's ball. Expected Kenny Dougal. Dougal recruited from Blackpool. We talked about other players like Neil Etheridge that had again come from the English game. Dougal, another of those. Putting himself about. Kenny Dougal had a chance from a set piece. Left for Doka to swing in. Scored their consolation did Mikel Doka against Shandong Taisheng. And good combining. See much of Basodi, the Vazini was the target there. Header around to continue. He's pushed him through Harris. Hall trying to play in. Across with the defensive cover. And Storm Roux just to get on with that. Quickly, Bradley Tapp, here he is. Caltac to consider his options, goes for the 31-year-old Storm Roux. Knocked on by Brantman and then laid off by Aluqual, and causing a few problems in the early proceedings. Aluqual for the Mariners. It's in the centre, Brantman inside the area as well. If they can deliver across. Hooked away by Tedeston. Picked up by Tapp, now back with Caltac. Certainly Tapp and McCalmont working hard in that Mariners midfield department. Is penalised. Certainly fitness levels, one would think, favour the visitors, but at the moment Mark Jackson will like what he's seen so far from his Central Coast Mariners players. Happy to take the game to their opponents. His ball. They haven't had too many efforts on goal. That was Super Chai Trader got one away, and decent block by the Mariners defence. So looking to combine effectively. Tabinas gets involved himself. Turn on to poke it forward. And again with the captain. Another opportunity for defending for the home side to do. Better passage of play for Buriram United. Dugan alongside Curtis Good in the part of that visitors' defence. Tabinas does well, room away on that far side if they can exploit it. Bissoni's ball a bit, first time into the penalty area. Attack diving to keep that out. He's the player that's come in on the far side, operating at right back for Buriram United. Push forward though at every available opportunity. their first and do just enough to get that away. Just beginning to grow into this first half, seeing a lot more possession. Crispin's involvement is well cut out and offers up an opportunity to break away the Mariners through Theo Harris. He's stopped in his tracks. This is Lucas Crispin. Decent enough start for Buriram United with that goalless draw against Vissel Kobe first time out. Well, they look to improve on that performance, and they could get in behind the defence with a first time shot that Kapasic dealt with. Sony involved. Just able to take that at the first time of asking the Brazilian, forcing the save from Adam Pavasic. This is a willing outlet. Kalsic's ball. And again with the Serbian Goran Kalsic. Kalsic, who started his professional career at Red Star Belgrade. Tabinas again trying to set them going, find the ball to the captain, breaking down final third, and then one sweeping ball forward to set the Mariners on the front foot with Mikhail Doka. This wouldn't drop to Brandman, steered away by Cheriton. Space here for Curtis Good. But again, one of their recent recruits joining the club this year. Sony is in the middle, it's just beyond the Brazilian frontman. Really inviting ball played in, putting the Mariners' defence under pressure. And pretty close to getting that all-important connection. That is twice we've seen Bassoli involved. That first-time shot moments ago, and then again in a decent scoring position. The result a corner for the visitors. Crispin is on corner duty, maybe leaves it for the captain. Indeed he does. Left foot, Cheriton. Keeping down as they have throughout the early stages of this competition, and really pushing and shoving inside that 18-yard area. Buriram's captain then. There's no one at the far post. It may fall kindly, and the final effort disappointing one. Couldn't put it on target. Kools got forward. And when it dropped for Dean Kools, it was a long way right of the mark. Placed over.
Hey, man.
Into the trouble and goes down Sipachai. Probably with a word to the 19-year-old Benny Brantman. Etheridge's ball is helped on, and then Kalsic sees it over the space away on that far side. A lot of Sabinius did enough to just get there. Now with good. Tiverton returning the compliments. Up through. And Tabinas. Well, across the face of goal. The header back cleared. Started well. Buriram coming right back in to this contest. Certainly improving. Another lovely ball whipped in. Busoni gets across the defender. He has had two decent chances and has been so close, and just short of the half-hour mark, he is able to get in to a position where he takes full advantage, and the Brazilian, with cause to celebrate, well, they seem to be caught out as that free kick was taken quickly. And Busoni reacts quickest to steer it beyond Pavlicic. An open Buriram United's account. He has threatened to do just that. On the mark, the Brazilian striker. Busoni's goal, they lead at the Central Coast Mariners by a goal to nil. Lovely weighted pass for the goal scorer. Across from captain White Kaltank. Well, their start was so encouraging, the Mariners. Now they face a single goal deficit to claw back. Bradman in possession. Qual hasn't had a lot of decent service in the last 10-15 minutes. He'd looked a real threat in the early action. Well, Bradley Tapp under pressure. But Calmont once again with their captain. Theo Hollis into play. Does enough. Bradman in support. Makes something count. Makes something of this build-up play. Again broken up. And then with Stormroot. Forced backwards though. Recent AFC Cup winners find themselves in a real battle, hoping that home advantage could make a real difference. Previous years, group stage, out of 16, as good as it's got for them. Facing a team with so much success down the years, domestically, and also so much experience in this kind of format. Well, the referee will award the free kick in favour of the visitors. Been involved on a couple of occasions, Barry Bradman. Challenge in from Tiriton, and then Tapp takes things into his own hands. Bradley Tapp. Comes through Qual. Way through for Christian Fieldhouse. Certainly plenty of Brazilian influence within this Buriram United side. Their coach Visoli, the goal scorer Lucas Crispin, another from Brazil. Space to exploit. Crispin had the opportunity, and Lucas manages was the player who got across and made a very important challenge More difficult moments in that home defence. This time it is because Crispin can drive that in. He's had her away.
Everything you have, 10 minutes, come on, keep pushing.
Paul cut out relatively comfortably, and then Sabina's trying to make something happen down this near touchline. Paul, Caltech's central defensive colleague. So I can bring it forward and then just kind of slide that into the feet of Alopal. Searching ball, and another really well-weighted ball and pass. Crispin is the player away on that far side. Tiratoni's captain. Min Hyok with that defensive line. Lucas Maragis, who signed from Newcastle Jets. Trailing to the goal scored by Bisoli. All that after a decent start by the Central Coast Mariners, but one that they haven't been able to continue. Storm route. So out of it, and kick for a challenge on Theoharis. Jackson taking notes as we go into the final 5 minutes or so of this first half. Jackson side looking for some way back. Searching out Val. Crispin's header, and he stayed down. Will be a card. Caltech the captain. in New Zealand with Auckland City did Caltac. Caution for him. And some treatment for Lucas Crispin. Well, they have certainly grown into the game. Early with those couple of chances that he couldn't quite take, and then on the third occasion able to steer the ball beyond Adam Pavlicic. Their recent results in the Thai League won a 6-0 victory in their last game, 7-0 in the club championship. They have been scoring goals of plenty. They have not been conceding. We've had a number of days in Australia to prepare for today's challenge. I had chances, Qual, in the early stages. Hello, Qual. This run, able to continue that, and then Storm Rue was there, ball rolled out of play, just staying close to Jefferson Tabinas. Chai, Buriram United's number 9, into the game. He is very much on the fringes. It's been the Brazilian Bissoli who has made the headlines. Time approaches. Come on, continuing his run. Thought away by Crispin. Little tuck back free kick. Jackson side with work to do then as we go into the first of 2 minutes of time added on. Last season's A-League champions then, with a slender advantage to make up. challenge that is penalised. Feel Harris something at one of the final opportunities of this first half. Can't do it on instead for the visiting side. Does enough. Brings the free kick to the considerable frustration of Bradley Tapp. First half concludes. It is advantage with the reigning Thai League One champions. They have a 1-goal advantage taken into the half-time interval. The goal scorer, Prisoli, on the half-hour mark. And the score, Mariners 0, Buriram United 1.
Buriram United 1.
Kimi.
to showcase their talent and compete for ultimate glory. This is more than just a competition. It is a powerful symbol of innovation and inclusivity, inspiring generations of female athletes to chase their dreams and write their own stories on the pitch. This is the AFC Women's Champions League.
Breaking new ground for women's club football in Asia. 12 of the best teams, chasing greatness, inspiring generations in a fierce contested competition to crown the best in Asia. AFC Women's Champions League.
This is Asia.
The AFC has reaffirmed its commitment to maintaining the highest officiating standards by implementing the video system referee VAR system across its revamped club structure for the 2024-25 season. The purpose of the VAR will be to rectify clear and obvious mistakes in match-changing situations based on the principles and philosophy of the laws of the game. The VAR team supports the decision-making process in the event of a clear and obvious error or serious missed incident in relation to goal, no goal, penalty, no penalty, direct red card, mistaken identity, when the referee cautions or sends off the wrong player of the offending team. Stationed in the video operations room, the VAR team will have access to all the camera feeds and will automatically check every match incident. In the event of a clear and obvious error, the VAR communicates with the referee immediately, after which the referee will signal a check by pointing to their ear to indicate that the restart of play is being delayed. The VAR can suggest a review, but only the referee can initiate the review by signaling the outline of a TV screen. The referee always makes the final decision, but can be supported by the VAR in two ways. Using the information received from the VAR for factual decisions, or personally reviewing the incident at the referee review area for decisions that require an interpretation.
Please welcome back to the field for the second half, your Central Coast Mariners.
Welcome back. The second half is moments away. A substitution by Mark Jackson, the Mariners manager. Tom Faisal is the player coming on in the hope of starting some second half comeback, trailing to the goal scored by the Brazilian Desailly on the half-hour mark. Mariners, a club based on the central coast of New South Wales. It is a perfect setting. This AFC Champions League Elite match, second to both clubs. It is the Mariners that get underway this newly revamped competition, 12 teams each in the East and the West. Let's get into those two regions, facing 8 different opponents, 4 home, 4 away, and then when we get to the quarters, the semis and the finals, a single leg format played in Saudi Arabia. So the Mariners making their tactical change looking for their captain on the ball now. Caltech trying to steer that forward. One back by the visitors, and Tiraton, their captain, just going to ground momentarily. Caltech's clearance back by Curtis Good. This ball trying to open things up. Managers can look for supporting players. McCalmont's just off to tap with nowhere ready to go. Towards Paul. Gathered up by Etheridge. Forward are the Mariners to the start of their title defence. The league season beginning a little later this month. Buriram United already looking good in the early stages of the Thai League One. Put together a really good run of results. 6 wins and draws so far from their league games. Caltech able to evade the challenge and then taps ball, and Rue can play that forward. Here he is again, Storm Rue, one of the players brought in by coach Mark Jackson. Turn, and then this is drop it picked, and Burton's ball, and on the break Crispin able to lay it off to the goal scorer. Go for second, forces the save away to his left hand side to prevent further damage. Apicic it was, got across, makes the save. Crispin's first time ball, and Bissoni looking for a second. Pavlicic able to get across and keep him out. Cools, Dion Cools. Pavlicic swings it in. They have a second. Curtis Good forward. Lovely ball clicks into the danger zone. Pavlicic could do nothing about it. Good getting forward and a central defender able to finish with a relatively free header. Little ball clipped in. Calcic's ball. And the header beyond Pavlicic. Curtis Good on the score sheet. Buriram United have a 2-goal advantage. Well, the defender brought in from Melbourne City earlier this year. Able to add to Bissotti's first half opener. An early encouraging start that we saw from the Mariners seems distant memory. They have conceded in the early stages of the second half. Now faces a long, difficult way back to turn around a 2-goal deficit. Nathan Paul to his central defensive colleague, Brian Kaltak. Lovely tap. Able to find a colleague, Michael Doka. Taken out. Needed a bit of time, did Buriram United to find their rhythm. Now playing with confidence. Confirmation of Curtis Good's second goal for the club in the early minutes of the second half. Just getting away. It's causing a few problems in the home defence. Jefferson Tabinas. Nathan Paul decides to go long. Paul will chase. Very much a peripheral figure at the moment. Good is on the end of that clearance and playing with a degree of confidence. The Thai League champions in control. They made the change, did the Mariners, at the start of the second half in the hope of sparking some kind of revival, only to fall further behind. Doka Maragis. Next ball is a well-judged one for Vito Feijó. Substitutes again, just teeing it up, and then couldn't get a decent enough connection to test the keeper Aliqual. There's the challenge, Maragis can keep on going. Further forward, and it's the goal scorer taking out keeper. We'll be in trouble here. Knew exactly what he was doing. It is a red card. It goes from bad to worse. The Sunny would have been clearing away. He would have been in search of his second and their third. And Pavasic well outside of his penalty area. Takes Basoli out of the picture, and it is a straight red card. 2 down, and down to 10. He knew he was going to be on his way. Forced into another change. The Mariners, their first choice keeper gone. Jack Olszewski looks and waits for what would be an unexpected opportunity. Storm Brew is the outfield player sacrificed by Mark Jackson. Opportunity to make another change as well. Steele is one of the players on Brantman, off Harrison Steele. Olszewski with a, as I say, unexpected chance. Threatening a third. Dougal's efforts, flying well wide. Problems mounting up for the Mariners, numerically disadvantaged, and despite the changes in playing personnel, One would suspect facing a difficult last part of this game. The home crowd felt that a card for the challenge on one of their substitutes. Facial. The challenge is penalised, but still a lot of determination within Mariners' ranks. It would be an unlikely second half comeback. We're into the final 30 minutes of this. Mason Edmondson is also come on for the home side, Ryan Edmondson. Another of the Mariners players with experience of playing in England. Pick out a pass. Headed, got into the contest as he would have hoped. Should be the free kick. Touched at Steele, and now Barajis. Steele's challenge. There might be a player down with their first choice keeper being sent off, but showing a lot of grit, determination despite the scoreline. Despite being 10 against 11. Well, for the Mariners, it's been group stages, round of 16, their first appearance in the AFC Champions League in 2009. Enjoyed the fact that they can play against the finest teams in Asia, but today, after certainly a start where they were happy to take the game and did take the game to Buriram, goal in each half, and they find themselves in big trouble. Beaten on the opening day of this AFC Champions League Elite, looking at 2 losses in 2. Already drawing their opener against Vissam Kobe. And with the extra player certainly beginning to look capable of scoring more. To be honest with the run. a corner which Crispin will go over to take. Then catches out the home defence, just didn't seem to be aware of the threat, got the block in. Still a bit of work to do in towards Vasuli. Saisho's ball. Calls for the interception. Nathan Paul.
Like him. Alright, let's go!
Running forward is Lucas Manovich's. In front of the half-hour mark, courtesy of the Brazilian striker Bersoli, and then that second goal, the head of Curtis Good, putting them in total charge. Come again into the path of Bersoli. Sipichai and Crispin waits. Kalsic. Everton's ball. Spinetta helping forward and Sipichai losing out. Venus enjoying himself away on the far side on his return. Jefferson to Venus. Used to Venus take on the defender, run that ball out of play. Well, I thought he had. The stadium did, I feel. Indeed he had. Tis Vargas is preparing to come on. The Brazilian will take the place of the Serbian Goran Kalsic. Dion calls to clip back forward. Paul stands in the way, and then taken free kick for the Mariners to get on with things into the final 20 if there is to be some sort of second half comeback. Bradley tapped. Ball forced wide and just running beyond him. Domestic success for Buriram United has been plenty down the years. Kaltaku is on a yellow card. Calls. Has worked tirelessly in midfield, Tereton, driving them forward whenever possible. Kim Min Hyuk, for those who was drawn into the sides. Selection has worked out. Rare chance maybe for Superchai, trying to play Desarian. Can't find a finish. He's been close to a second. We'll see who opened the scoring. Just in a offside position as the ball was played through by his strike partner, Superchai chatted. Two-goal advantage, looking comfortable, the reigning Thai League 1 champions. At the moment that Adam Pavlicic was sent off, he just felt that with it, when any realistic hope of the Mariners fight back. Well, they have plenty to celebrate. That is good, with a valuable contribution. Sisselak is waiting for his chance, limping off. Sabinas.
Buriram United leading the field, number 40, Jefferson Elite. Being replaced by number 2, Satellite High.
Just up front, particularly where the Mariners have come up short. Ian Etheridge has remained relatively untroubled in the visitors' goal throughout. Tap forward, here he is again. So often when they get into positions in opposition territory, they're then forced back as contact goes long and too long in the end. Nothing to ponder for Mark Jackson. For Vargas, who has come off the bench recently, pulls his forward, and Vasoli. A decent game. Vargas tries to slam in Crispin. Knocks ball. Vargas again, there's the rail for Crispin. Two can combine. Did not make contact to the Chai. Chance gone, maybe another one. Still dominating. And got to maintain possession, and then the ball in towards Vasoli, and react quickly. Chaff has proved the Mariners' undoing. Just over 10 minutes to put that right. Got to stop his time, of course, to add to that. Vasoli's little flick towards Sufachai. Great game. The Brazilian area is trying to get on the end of the through ball. Late-ish substitution, somebody goal coming on. Lovely tap as the player to be replaced. Vasoli. able to bring some of their superb domestic form into today's meeting. Buriram United scoring so many goals in the last couple of matches. 6-0, 7-0. Putting themselves well in the AFC Champions League Elite opener, and they've been too good today on Mariners' home turf. Took a bit of time to get going. Mosmolos Vieira's side. They've just got better and better. Vargas shrugs off the challenge, and then for supporting players. Good getting forward. And towards the captain, unselfish. Thistly got the shot. Blocked. In terms of the possession, last 10 minutes or so, it has been all Buriram United. Superchai on one challenge. Absolutely nothing Mariners can do at times, just chasing shadows. They are finding it increasingly difficult, trying to prevent any further damage on that home goal. Cool, but again, nothing they could do. Second ball was cleared. Just not able to link up top. So has been excellent. The other ends, Superchai could be in, quick finish, somehow stays out, they'll take back, post, and a wry smile. Superchai thought he was in. Offside as the ball was played through, he just kept on going, keeper advanced, a little clip, keeper got something on it, off the post behind. Dominating second half proceedings, but without the reward of a third goal. Well, with all the success that Jackson has enjoyed on a domestic front, this competition proving difficult, facing up to be a second straight defeat. They lost 3-1 to Shandong Taishan. Second, Nathan Paul at the heart of the Mariners' defence. Of substitutes being readied for Buriram United. So John Stall is 1v1, pulls, tees up a colleague and he's for in the end. Once and Morris about to enter the fray very late on. Well, the captain has been a real driving influence. A super game, double substitution with minutes remaining, and Super Cheddar had that chance a moment ago. He's the other to be withdrawn. Sorry. Well, they had 3 days to prepare in Australia for this. And after a fairly slowish start, they have found their form, scored a couple, and threatened more. Been the corner taker. Just going to pick a pass. More defending to do. Volleyed away by Kautak. For a long period of time now, this result has never looked in doubt. The better team just going through the motions as we go into 6 minutes of added time. Slowly willing runner. Vargas just having to slow things down. There's Vargas again. away from home, turned in a highly professional performance, deserving of the victory, which is minutes away. Greater challenges will face them, but they've done a job. They could enjoy a third. Look at the keeper. Came, reacted, and did enough. In search of a very late consolation. Down play continues for the moment at least. Time ahead for the Mariners with the A-League season soon to start. Plus this prestigious competition and their involvement, other commitments. Coach that talked about avoidable mistakes in their opener. Well, they have allowed Curtis Good a header on goal. They were unable to keep out solely in the first half. I'm sure we'll look back on those defensive deficiencies, but take nothing away from Buriram United. They created the opportunities, hungry for a third they would appear to be. Couple of minutes just under left. Talk of home advantage, trying to make that count. This level's favouring the visitors, but, well, talk about a late consolation effort. Jackson urging his players on in the last moments. Edwards beaten. Rodgers is the player that has something to cheer, struck it so well. And from absolutely nowhere, crashes that home. Late glimmer of hope. Brilliant strike. 2-1. Deep in stoppage time. It's the crowd going, but time will surely beat them. Look to be cruising to a comfortable victory, and then suddenly, out of absolutely nowhere, a thunderbolt smashed home. Time is up. And that late goal not enough to prevent Buriram United from registering their first victory of this season's AFC Champions League Elite. Smile for Curtis Good, who scored their second. All this after the Brazilian striker Visoli opened their account on the half-hour mark. Good's unchallenged header gave them a 2-goal advantage, and then a sending off. Adam Pavlicic, the keeper, off. Late consolation. Mariners beaten by 2-1.